Hello everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. We're here going to do a hobby hangout while I've got some stuff editing on the other computer. So just bear with me for a sec while I put together a video and take 2 seconds just to trim down some files, and then we'll get on to some painting. But I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you've all been having a good week so far. We're just doing some hobby work. All right, first video rendering. Oh, good. So yeah, at current. We are working on the Sons of Velmorn. If you've got some hobby you're working on or you're doing something, let us know or what you've been hobbying on, what you're planning on getting some hobby done with. Love to hear from everyone. So we've just put down our blue base coat on the Sons of Velmorn, and now we're going to start getting some Xandri dust colors down. But yeah, so start getting the bone base coat down. Thanks for joining us live. Let us know what hobby you've been up to. Love to hear from everyone on what you've been getting up to hobby-wise. So for us, it's just a matter of getting all this bone detail painted. It's important, especially with like skeletons, that we are like tackling the bone before we tackle the armor, because the armor is obviously on the raised areas. This just means I can be a little bit less neat and not worry so much about where I'm going with this bone. Same reason we did the cloth. Like, we'll generally probably do the armor because it's the highest layer. Last, maybe besides like some gold or brass details and stuff like that. These are super nice miniatures, the Sons of Velmorn. They're from the Warhammer Underworld's Narwood core box set, with the Null Spirit pack, I believe it's called. Which I'll be working on next. What's cool is these guys also have some Warcry rules as well, which is really cool. So White Dwarf generally kicks out Warcry rules for a bunch of these Underworld's warbands in a thing called Bladeborn, which is really fun. Give you some extra cool fighters for your warbands and Age of Sigmar Warcry. And they can always be used in regular games of Age of Sigmar as well. So we are going with a similar scheme to what I painted up my Azkurgan True Blades the other week, with the blue. The primary color, they'll probably have a little bit more brassy sort of addition rather than straight silver like the Azkurgans do. But that blue will sort of bind everything together. And then I'll have, nice couple of units ready for some games. They'll make some interesting combinations in Warcry you'll be able to use, because these are death. What's really cool in Warcry is normally you can only include 3 allies in a warband. Those must be heroes. But with the Bladeborn warbands, if you include the leader, so for this it's King Velmorn, you can include the rest of his warband without taking up any slots, which is really, really fun. So it's just going to open up a ton of options to play around with my as Kurgan True Blades. Yeah, if you're joining us, let us know what hobby you've been working on. Love to hear from everyone on what you've been getting up to. I'm playing a couple of games with Underworlds to get to know the system. We want to get some Underworlds happening on the channel as well. I played with these guys the other day. They were super fun to play with. Just realised I've missed blue because this guy's got... He's got cloth around the top. I'll have to go back with a bit of blue on that. But we'll fix that after. We'll get the bone done. Anyone watching, if you have a favourite Underworlds warband, let us know what it is. What's your favourite Underworlds warband? Models-wise, game-wise? What's your favourite? Because they have some amazing miniatures in that range. Just missed a little spot on him. Somewhat see the rib cages coming out of these corners. I didn't realise. I think these are one of my favourite Underworld warbands now. They look so freaking cool, the Sons of Vermont. I've just been enjoying painting a lot lately. Painting a lot of different things. We finished up a couple of Warcry warbands. I've now, past couple of weeks, I've finished up the Rotmire Creed, Horns of Hashut, Kurgan True Blades, Claws of Karanak, and then we just finished. We're waiting on some basing material so I can finish some Bot Wars minis. But they've all been painted. They just need some basing, so I just got my basing goodies coming. Some textures and stuff like that coming to sort that out. Alabaster Nights, Path to Glory certainly will be. Just over the holiday period, we were a little unwell, myself and Stephen, who playing that. So you can fully expect to see Path to Glory come back and come back stronger than ever. Be looking to run some Path to Glory campaigns with multiple people, not just the solo player story follow ones. So yeah, definitely expect a ton of Path to Glory stuff to be coming back. Just unfortunately, a mixture of the holidays. My daughter's just started school, so we've been a little bit busy on that end. Yeah, getting used to that life as a parent, of the school drop-offs and pickups and all this fun stuff. Yeah, it'll certainly be coming back. We're currently in the process of building back up some content stock. So fully expect it to come back and expect to see it with more than Stormcast coming. Expect to see like multiplayer campaigns. Narrative content is certainly a big thing we're going to be pushing this year. And like alternate game modes. So 40k, we're currently getting ready on Boarding Patrol. I don't know if you've seen on the channel. Boarding Patrol is definitely something I'm very excited with. So that will be something fun that you'll see a lot more of on the channel. I think for me, it is the best games of 40k I ever have. And we'll be looking to do a big Age of Sigmar campaign at some point this year as well. Along with like other game systems, so you'll see Conquest, you'll see Underworlds, and all your GW games that you would expect to see on the channel. So yeah, fully expect to see more Path to Glory content coming this year, man. It's one of the major things I want to get back to doing more of. Because I absolutely love it myself. I think it's some of the funnest games we have. Yeah, that'll certainly be something that's going to look to happen, man. So yeah, we'll be doing Path to Glory reviews and stuff like that. Get it started with Path to Glory videos and looking through all of those goodies. With the release of KO soon, it seems like that order that they showed him is going to be the order. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Khorne and Slaanesh next, and then the two death books after that. Just going on like how they've shown the picture, like it did say in the order of like those books: order, chaos, chaos, death, death. So I think we're going to see the two chaos ones next. I'm pretty certain there's going to be no new army in that slot. The fact that there's this huge Seraphon release just says to me there's no new army. So but yeah, I'm excited for KO. I want to get a small little KO force painted. Probably end up painting the Underworld's warband sometime soon. I'm getting a little Warcry warband ready. Maybe something for Path's Glory would be cool. Yeah, I think like if it's likely to be one kit for Feck, I want the Courtier kit. I want a Courtier kit that can build the two, or like there's two kits I want. Vargulf update, I'm not as wanting on. It's not the immediate one. The immediate two are Cryptgast Courtier model and a model that can have wings and be the two other Courtiers. I want the Courtiers to have separate models, not inside the box sets. They're more important than the Vargulf. I know the Vargulf needs a new mini, but it's not as important, nowhere near as important. So I'm just going to move this ever so slightly. I hope this doesn't bring too much light in. So it's not like the side of my face it's getting seen. But yeah. Yeah, the Courtiers are more important than the Vargulf. Like, as much as I want a new Vargulf, it's not the most important one. Those Courtiers, so you're not having to build them out of the boxes, is the most important thing. Yeah, Infernal and Haunted, they're the ones I was thinking of. I couldn't remember the name of the other two. Also, if you are here watching, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It helps people come find us while we're live. Get more people coming and chatting Warhammer with us all. Pretty much the entire Feck range is fantasy. Unless you're meaning hero. Oh, no, you're not meaning fantasy. You're meaning Finecast, aren't you? Yes. Yes, it is the last Finecast model. See, I know a lot of people don't like the Vargulf, but I actually don't mind the sculpt of the Vargulf. No worries, Alabaster Knights. Thank you very much for dropping by. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Hopefully see you again sometime soon. Plan is to get back to the hobby hangouts on a much more frequent basis. Been saying that for a bit, and it's just not happened due to life. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not the last fantasy miniature, because most of the Feck range is fantasy. No worries. Catch you later, Alabaster Knights. Thank you very much for dropping by, mate. I hope to have some Path to Glory content up for you very soon. Just going with the second coat of the bone color, just to get all our base colors down before putting a nice wash on. Probably Army Painter. Oops, a little bit of blue, but that's all right. I'm going to do another layer of blue anyway. But yeah, so if you're there in the chat, if you're lurking at that, I hope you're having a good day. I hope your hobbies are going all well for you. No need to respond. If you're lurking, you're lurking. I completely understand why some people love to sit and listen. But I hope your hobby's going well for you if you are lurking, sitting there. Hey, Broken Chef. Too bad you can't hang around for a bit, man. Been too long since we've had to have a good, we've gotten to have a good chat. I'll be on for a little bit. Insomnia is kicking right in, and I'm not sleeping anytime soon. Painting up the Sons of Velmorn at the moment. Ugh. What is snow? I don't even know what that is. Ever snows where I live, the world is ending. You got snow, we're having like 42-degree days. Just had a wicked heat wave last week. It was not fun. Ugh, yuck. That sucks. We had the nice, the nice days where it's 40 degrees and starts raining. Those are lovely. One of those lovely days. The most disgusting of days last week. Yep, doing well, man. Everyone's on the mend from gastro last week, which was not fun. But yeah, we're all doing well. Anyway, take the kids to school, man. We will chat again soon. You too, mate. Have a good one. yeah, so slowly getting there, getting all my base colors down. We're about slapping a wash on it, and should hopefully have these guys finished tomorrow night, probably, hopefully. Don't know what's happened with this, but on a bit dry. Bit of water is fine. Bloody G'd up paints. Good thing I only need this for wood. Yeah, so just getting the wood done now. Just mostly the back of all their shields. And a couple of them have wooden halves of their weapon. Dr. Busty, been feeling much better, man. It's been a couple of weeks. We all had the whole family had well, the wife was away last week, and then of course the kids got gastro while she was away, and then I got gastro from the kids. So that was fun. But other than that, pretty good. Like other than that, gastro lasts for like a day or two, and after that it was pretty good. Been doing pretty well, getting some hobby and getting some work done, which I guess is the same thing nowadays for me. How have you been, mate? Just working right now, Sons of Velmorn for Warhammer Underworlds, and indeed for Warcry as well, because they do have Warcry rules, which is awesome. Love the Bladeborn rules. Been up to much hobby yourself? Good to hear you're doing well. Oh, nice. Good game. What are you playing? What game are we playing? I don't know. I don't think I can get one. Well, that's cool. I haven't used these paints yet. No, I got these watercolor paints with some Conquest minis and some Christmas boxes as well. It's a metal. I need metal, so we're going to give it a go. Oh, it looks pretty nice. They got push tops, so they're not only dropper bottles, they're push and hard for kids to open. I like that. Oh, that's a nice looking metal. Oh, I like these. Yeah, I got a few Age of Sigmar games in lately. We put one up the other day. Been enjoying Warcry and a couple of the skirmish games a lot lately. Warcry has probably been my go-to. But a lot of it's been, chopping and changing game systems based on what I need to get done for work, for the channel. Warband and Warcry. I played a couple of games with the Rotmire Creed, and I really dig them. I also really like the Claws of Karanak. I think they're a really fun warband to play. They've got some really cool abilities with the Claws of Karanak. They're probably two of my favorites at the moment. Still trying to figure out the Azkurgans properly. They're okay. It's interesting because aesthetically they're one of my favorites. Yeah, they're just interesting to play. Underworlds I'm pretty new to, so we've mostly just been playing Rivals format. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. It's so cleanly written. There is very little ambiguity in it. Fun. I've found some cool campaign systems for it as well to make it more narrative as well in some cases, which is cool. It's just the ease of playing. Like, this is what I need to play. I like it. You know, there's an appeal to like why I've been getting appealed by skirmish games and stuff like that is this ease of entry into them. It's been a massive reason why I enjoy them. So all the decks, Beastgrave and Forward, are completely Rivals compatible. So you can find the actual. I did a video going through talking about what Rivals was on the channel. So there'll be a video on that on the channel, really going into detail talking about it all. But essentially, if a deck meets certain criteria, you effectively use all the cards with just your faction symbol on it. You don't use anything else but your faction symbol cards. That's all you use for Rivals. Or you can use a Rivals deck, and there are multiple of those Rivals deck, and they can be used with any warband. Now, not all the warbands are made to work in the Rivals format. It was, like I said, Beastgrave and onwards that are compatible. But yeah, anything released nowadays, it's just buying that box. You don't even need to buy the other warband, the other set of cards. If you just buy any warband that's come out since then, you've got a Rivals format ready to go. So Rivals just pretty much removes the deck building aspect, and it's just sort of like a beginner or very casual, friendly way to play Underworlds. So you don't have like this massive buy-in that you need to sort of keep up with every release. sort of more like Age of Sigma in that essence, that, you know, instead of having to buy every warband deck that comes out because you want the universal cards that come out in said warband deck, you instead are buying just your deck and you sort of play it differently based on what other warbands come out, and that change up the meta for Rivals. Yeah, Rivals is just super easy, super quick. So I'm pretty lucky in that, like, community is an interesting one for me because I have the people who help on the channel regularly. I have a community for literally any game I want because they'll pick it up and play with me. I have a pretty good, like, little regular group. Like, wider community, there's a few people that play Underworlds, but, like, I have the lucky ability that I'll always have like 3 or 4 mates to play any game I want with, because we just enjoy playing miniature games. I think that's what's like nice about it. Like, So yeah, I'm sort of lucky in like that case with like communities and stuff like that. All right, mate. It is snack time. I'm starving. Nothing beats an Aussie snack of Arnott shapes. Yeah. I'm just quickly doing a little bit of editing while I've got those. Everything's editing in the background while I'm using the other computer. Multitasking. Streaming, painting, rendering, editing. Doing it all at once. I'm around a bit of a mix playing different armies for AOS, really. Like, now the channel's sort of doing what it's doing. I'm sort of like mixing up when I'm playing a lot of. I've been playing a lot of Beasts and Gits lately because brand new battle tomes, and I've got armies for both of them. My last actual tournament army I took was Daughters of Cain to Hobart GT. That was the last like real tournament I sort of took part in. Haven't been feeling the tournaments of late. It's just haven't gone. So I played a lot of Living Cities. We had a Living City bat rep a little while ago on the channel. Sylvaneth, I've got to finish painting up my force properly. But I would like to get back to playing. I do want to get my Sylvaneth painted up. I think I'll probably dabble in Caradron for a little bit while I wait for the new book. Just now realised I'm missing it. I've missed a few bits of cloth and wood. I think they've definitely hit the right sort of mark on making armies feel like they do. I've been enjoying Age of Sigmar in a much more casual sort of thing lately. I just haven't been feeling like playing competitive Warhammer very much lately. It just sort of isn't hitting it for me at the moment, playing that sort of way. But I like what the books are doing because the Path to Glory sections of the books have been absolutely fantastic of late. They're really like pushing some. Been really like pushing some boundaries and making some interesting things within them. So I think a big thing for the channel this year is we're really going to heavily push on narrative and more casual play. And help it, like continuing being the let's help people get into the game, which has always been the channel goal. I don't think anyone comes here for the highly technical competitive play. Certainly not me as a player. Yeah, I do think they've like definitely sort of figured out how to make armies feel. I think Nighthorn is a really big winner on like now feeling like the army should. Yeah, and that's the cool thing about Path to Glory. I think they've hit that right sort of spot that it doesn't have to be. You don't have to play with any of the upgrades or anything. It can all be like superficial in Path to Glory, and that's what I think is really cool. The fact it can all be superficial means it can just be building a story. It can just be used to build a story. It doesn't have to have any other effects on your games. Now we're just going back with our second coat of the metal. Actually, I quite like this metal from Watercolor. Nice paint. No worries. Thank you very much. I will chat to you again sometime soon, mate. Have a good one. If you're coming along, joining us, chatting, let us know what hobby you're working on. If you're watching along, I'd love to hear from everyone. Working my way through the colours of these Sons of Velmorn. This is one of the warbands out the Gnarlwood box set for Warhammer Underworlds, out the core box. One of the two that sort of launched this current season of Underworlds. Oops, down to the false one. Completely missed that on him. Mr. Whole, like, Pauldron. Grief, sorry, not Pauldron. Right outside next. This will be for the leather. Smashing through these nicely, which is great. We've only got a couple of colours left to do for the base coats, and then we'll call it a night. Once the base colours are all done. Double chart. There we go. There's a little bit of brown I missed, a little bit of leather. Mr. Helm, pile of metal on this dude as well. Have a good day with it. Looks like a whole arm on this dude with metal. We need bra. And then we need the bronze. Ravi, thank you very much. I'm just late night hobby hanging out. Not an awful lot. We're painting up the Sons of Velmorn tonight. Not an awful lot going on. A little bit quiet tonight. It was sort of a random last pitch stream, but it is what it is. I've just been getting the base coats down on the Sons of Velmorn for Warhammer Underworlds. Thank you for dropping by, though. Always nice to see some new faces. Would have been up to any hobby at all lately? Yourself? Nice. 40k iron ore, soul block. Nice. This is the current project. I've got the other half of the box set to go, which will be the Null Spirit Pack. I believe that's what they're called anyway. The other half of the Warhammer Underworlds Nullwood starter set. And then after this, it's moving, once the Underworld stuff is done, it's moving on to some Conquest Last Argument of Kings minis. The paint train never stops. At some point in there, I've got to squeeze in some Kharadron Overlords as well. Try and get a small little force of Kharadron Overlords all painted up for the new Codex coming out this week, or the new Battle Tome coming out this week. Yeah, we do bat reps as well. We've been a little bit behind on the bat rep front, just due to personal illness, unfortunate, and the holiday period. But we recorded some Warcry battle reports up the other day. We have a ton of bat reps on the channel for a variety of different games. Age of Sigmar, 40k, Aeronautica Imperialis, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry, Conquest Last Argument of Kings, Conquest First Blood. Thank you very much, Ranvi. Yeah, Conquest Last Argument of Kings, Conquest First Blood, Elder Scrolls miniature game, Moonstone, a couple of other games in there as well. We've got a bunch more stuff coming out this year. Thank you very much, Ravi. But yeah, we do bat reps. We do a lot of getting started stuff on the channel. The idea is the channel is supposed to be baby's first war game. So a lot of beginner-friendly content, I think, and just trying to show off why the games are fun that we play, which is the most important thing, you know. At the end of the day, if they weren't fun and they weren't cool, why would I bother? Yeah, so we're just slowly getting the Sons of Velmorn base code. Well, say slowly, we're almost done tonight, which is awesome. Just gonna peeking out some of the bejangles on a couple of these guys that I've missed. So last one to do the bronze on. All right. So I've sort of done the Sons of Elmont somewhat matching the Azkogan True Blades I painted the other day for Warcry. So that can look nice and sort of cohesive together, but somewhat different. As Kurgans don't make use of the brass like these do, the very shiny sort of silverware. I'll probably not bring the metal up quite as much as I did with the Kurgans on these. I played a little bit of World of Warcraft. I'm very much not much a computer gamer, and even less nowadays. As this is my full-time job. Making content for the channel is my full-time job. So I don't get an awful lot of time for video games, but I do know World of Warcraft. My wife used to stream World of Warcraft back in the day. Big World of Warcraft fan. Back when we first started dating, she was streaming. Not so much anymore. Now we've got kids. Such is life. It gives it a different sort of look when it's your job. I'll say that. Like there's deadlines that need to be met, and there are some good things. Like I never would have played the amount of games I played if I probably didn't explore them as part of my job, which is pretty cool. Where have I put that paint? I had it. Yeah, I've done that. So something you can do that's really cool with that sort of stuff is, depending on what you're doing as the stripes, and where you're trying to do it on the shoulder pads or something like that, to help sort of put your lines in, what you can do is get a piece of string with the yellow color. So a nice piece of really tight string. You dip it in, wipe off most of it, and then press it in the lines where you want it on the shoulder pad, and then you can just thicken those lines out. If you don't want to do that, you can just do it with a brush or with your hand, or even a pencil or a pen or something, and draw those lines in thinly first, and then expand upon them like that. So, for example, let's just find something. All right. For example, I have this base here, right? I can draw the lines in thinly first. All right. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I've drawn the 3 lines of the brown in first. Brown's probably a bad color. Let's try blue. We'll do the blue. It'll stand out more. So we just go thinly to begin with on top of the other color. I would have obviously base paint. Then once I've got the thin lines in, I can then do them a little bit thicker. And so, like, if you start small, and then you can expand them and get the right sort of thickness that you want. And like, you can always go back, and I could always paint black back over that. Yeah. Yeah, well, that could. I know it's easy on a flat surface. Practice on a flat surface. Get that hand down first. You could go on, say, a rounded surface like this on the side of the paint pot. And then you do the same method. No, all good, man. I'm more than happy to hand out and try and help someone. Not at all. But yeah, definitely like practice on your flatter surfaces. A good place to practice on a Space Marine if you want to add some extra hazard stripes and get a few on your models to begin with, is doing either the greaves or the pauldrons. Or even your knee pads, because the knee pads are slightly curved, but they're nice and easy. You can, put those. If you can get 2 hazard stripes on a knee pad, you'll try and aim for that. 2 hazard stripes on a knee pad of a Space Marine, and at that point, you should get pretty confident with those lines on those knee pads, and then you can go back and do the alternate shoulder pad. So generally, what I do, if I've painted Iron Warriors before, and say I'm doing the left pauldron with the Iron Warriors hazard stripes, I'll do the right knee pad with hazard stripes as well. It balances out the color and stops just having this random yellow only up here. You can bring some yellow down there as well on the knee. You've got one last little bit of brown to finish the base coats. So now we just need a grey for that stone. So we're just getting that dark stone on the bases now. Once we've got this base tone on the base stone, we can start picking out all the little bits and pieces and get everything all ready for a wash. All right, and with that, I'm going to have to wait for the bases to dry. So we're going to call it here for a night. It's getting awfully late anyway. We're going for a couple of hours. Thank you all for popping by, saying hello, and coming and hobbying and hanging out with us. We will end it here, and we'll see you again tomorrow night as well. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.